Good Sunday morning, folks. It is, I don't know, about 10:30 or so on a beautiful Sunday morning, the morning after the storms. We had some storms come through last night, nothing terrible. But anyway, we are at the old Spice Bush patch, and all down through here we have lots of spice bush. And Spice Bush is awesome. Let me talk to you for just a few minutes about it before I get to picking. Now, Spice Bush, folks, it can be used in many different ways. It is very medicinal. You can use the leaves, you can use the twigs. This one's dead, so I wouldn't use it, but just like the twigs or whatever, the leaves, the bark, the whole plant is edible. The very best part of the plant is, well, it's the red berries. It's the red berries, and that's what we're going for today. Uh, you can also harvest the green berries. See that green berry? You can harvest those. They're doable as well. I mean, they've got a great aroma. Mm. But the best thing to do is get the red ones. These are a little rough looking, but I'm going to harvest some green, some red leaves, and some of the twigs. We're going to dry them out, and this bush is very medicinal. It is a antiseptic, a anti-parasitic. Uh, it's good for digestion. What else? It's a fever reducer, and many other things. It just goes on and on. It's just an excellent, excellent bush to have around. And I like making tea out of the leaves and twigs. But I'm going to tell you, if you take those red berries or the green berries, and if you can wait till they're red, that's the best thing to do, but you can use them green. Dry the whole thing out. Dry the whole berry out. It has a seed in it. To me, it's not worth separating the seed from the flesh and the pulp because it's very little flesh and pulp around the seed. So I dry the whole thing out. And you can use it as a peppery spice. Now the seed is more like pepper, and the outer, the flesh and the skin, is more like it's more like allspice. But to me, it's just not worth separating the two. So I would use it as a peppery flavoring, a seasoning, or a tea. Now, if you're going to drink the berry for a tea and use the seed, it's going to be just a little peppery, just very little bit of pepperiness there, but it'll be peppery. So the berry with the seed makes an excellent, like ground pepper type seasoning for meats and soups, or maybe even a salad. Um, the leaves, the twigs, the bark, the flowers, the flower buds, they're good for like to throw in salads. Well, of course, not the twigs, but throw in salads or to make a tea out of. And like I said, it's a very, very good tea, very medicinal, very flavorful, and it smells oh so good. It'll smell up the whole room. Um, it is hard for me to catch the red berries, so uh, I'm going to pick some green ones today. Now I do have some berries that are dried out, but yeah, here we are, folks, and so we're going to pick some. And you know, the younger the leaves, the better. But this time of year, there's not really any young leaves, and leaves are starting to wear And we're going to pick some. Now, I'm not going to pick a ton of leaves, but I'm going to pick a good bit of leaves. I'm going to shove them in my pocket along with the berries. And yeah, I'm going to take them home and use them. Dry them in the dehydrator in front of the fan or whatever. Now, there are male and female spicebush, and the female produce the berries, the males do not. And so not every spice bush you have is going to produce. That's for sure. This one is producing. I'm just me, just my taste buds. I love the dried berries. I don't care for the fresh berries. I don't care for the fresh leaves. I prefer them dried. They taste a little different for some reason when they are dried. And yeah, so let's get this one over here. Red, red, red. Red berries here. These have already started to kind of dry and wilt a little bit. Such an excellent, excellent plant. Bush. Folks, there is so much out here in these woods to harvest, and man, have I been harvesting through since spring. I've been harvesting, and so I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a good bit of these leaves. I'm not gonna take the time really to pick one by one. I don't have that kind of time, folks. Now, I don't actually have. If I want the berries and leaves, I've got to get them now. But if I just want a tea, I can come out any time of year and just grab a twig or two, scrape some bark off, and voila, I've got me a instant tea. Good for digestion, fever reducing, and all of that other business. So yeah, this is the spice bush, and so often I make the mistake and call it allspice, and that is because you can, like I said, take that berry, take the skin. So we're going to take the whole thing here. We're going to use the branches as well as the leaves. We will dry them out. But yeah, you take that. It just reminds me so much of allspice. The berries. Once they're dried, though, it reminds me. Once they're dried, they're awesome to me. So yeah, I will dry this out. Sorry, folks, but I'm down below where the camera is not, and just wreaking havoc on this little tree here. This one's done for the season, and so I'll just concentrate on this one. We have so many spice bush, it is unreal. So many. So see those three? We're gonna let that one. We're not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna pick any. I don't think I'm gonna pick very many green. Let me move this over. So they're not easy to see. So if you're just walking along, kind of hard to see. But once your eyes adjust to what you're looking for, then you can find them. That's for sure. Look at that. Huh? Get you a close up of what's up. Man, I am glad I came out here this morning. So glad I came out here this morning. I wasn't going to pick this today. I was going to give it another week or two, but man, we've got a little harvest already. Well, that was good. Oh my, folks, I'm excited now. So, I didn't leave any green ones. Well, I wasn't supposed to leave any green ones. And the reason why is there's not that many green ones left, and we can use them green, so there's no need leaving them. Let's just take them, and we do leave a lot for the wildlife. Dude, we've got a friend here, folks. We're gonna have to get rid of him. Poor guy. I might have to set him back outside. But this isn't over. It is as far as the twigs and the leaves go. That's plenty for us. But we'll get 3 times this amount of berries. We'll rinse everything. We'll dry everything. We'll dehydrate. Then we'll crush and grind. Put it all in a jar, all 3 in a jar. And that will be for seasonings and teas and that sort of thing. Medicinal, flavorful, and whatever. Anyway, let me get little fella outside here.
What? My daughter was ran over coming back from school?
We did everything we could to save your daughter.